Welcome to Hot Button Hashtags. My name is Matt. Adam, I was hoping desperately that you could answer a few questions for me. The first, what does the inside of someone's nose smell like? The second question, are hermaphrodites always in drag or never in drag? And my third and final question, Adam, if you were to cast Benedict Cumberbatch in one of the Harry Potter stories, which role would it be?
Matt, thank you so much for these three questions. The first question you asked is, what does the inside of a person's nose smell like? Well, I would actually respond by asking another question. Is it even possible to smell the inside of another person's nose? Because it seems to me that all smell is ultimately filtered through our own nose, right? So wouldn't the smell of our own nose cancel out the smell of someone else's nose? So is it really possible to smell what somebody else's nose is like? You know, smell is based on lots of different factors. I mean, there's the external factors, what the air around you smells like, odors in the air, particles, that kind of stuff. But sometimes it's even more than that. Sometimes it smells from within your own body. You know, people who have sinus infections report foul smelling odors in their head, and I actually experienced this for the first time in January, and it was absolutely disgusting. I could smell my body rotting from the inside. So odor is determined by lots of different things. So what does the inside of another person's nose smell like? I have no freaking idea. Matt, your second question asks whether hermaphrodites are always in drag or never in drag. Now, for those of you who don't know, hermaphrodite is actually a joining of the two words, the Greek gods Hermes and the Greek goddess Aphrodite, and it speaks to somebody who has both sets of sexual reproductive organs. And actually, in some cases, the people have a XX and an XY chromosome. Now, I'm actually not going to approach this from a scientific standpoint. I'm going to approach it from a different way. See, I don't have a ton of experience dressing in drag, surprise, surprise, but for the last 10.5 years, I have lived with a lady, my wife, and during that time I have gathered one important piece of information. See, apparently the bra is a horribly uncomfortable device, basically of torture. That's the only thing I can come up with in my mind when I hear my wife talk about this horrible, horrible, terrible thing. So I tend to think that if you do not need, or if you are not required to wear said torture device, yet you willingly make the decision to wear said torture device, that sounds like a drag. So I'm gonna say bra, drag. Now, Matt, your last question is actually my favorite one. You asked if I was to cast Benedict Cumberbatch, the wonderful British actor, in any role in the Harry Potter series, what would I cast him for? Well, this is actually pretty easy because it's already been answered for us. See, February 10th, 2013, The Simpsons aired an episode in which Benedict Cumberbatch voiced the character in Harry Potter of Severus Snape. And not only did he voice that character, he did an unbelievable job of it. You can find clips of it if you search YouTube. The title of that episode is Love is a Many Splintered Thing. And not only do I think he would make an incredible Snape, he actually makes an incredible Alan Rickman, R.I.P., who in my opinion was the absolute perfect Severus Snape. See, in October of 2011, Benedict Cumberbatch actually appeared on an episode of the Jimmy Fallon Show where Jimmy and Benedict had a Rickman off. They both do impressions of Alan Rickman, and so they had a competition to see who would do the impression the best, and the winner, by far, Benedict Cumberbatch. So not only did he do a great job voicing Snape, he did a great job doing impressions of the guy who played the perfect Snape. So I think it's incredibly clear that if I had to cast Benedict Cumberbatch as any character in all of the Harry Potter movies, that person would be Severus Snape. Or maybe Albus Dumbledore.